Welcome to the 2023 SDG Fest. You are listening to the KingCast podcast, the show that brings our personal experiences as teenagers. My name is Oliver, making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. And I want you to stop judging and start caring towards people who need help. Let's make this world as fair and sustainable as possible together. That is our goal. My name is Oliver. Welcome to my TED Talk. I am a 17-year-old King scholar and a musician from Hungary. And I just love music. Now, I want to ask you, why do you listen to music? Have you thought about this deeply? Is it because everybody does? Is it because you just enjoy it and do not really have any specific reason? Well, I think everyone can find a reason why they listen to music if they dig deep in themselves. Music makes people get together. My friends and I spend time with each other to share new songs that we find. And it is always about the weirder the song, the better. But that is not really the point. The point is, we have fun in the meantime. Music makes us feel some type of way. It created a habit in our friend group. Now, let's put aside the fact that our friend group is full of musicians. So, we have a unique interest in looking for new influences that we can use in our next creations. We are curious that we get to listen to something new. We do this pretty much every week. We go to each other's house and mostly make music together. We make music alone too, but when we do it together, it's always more successful. It's less boring and it's also more exciting. The more ears, the better we can make something. With every perspective and critique, our creations only get better. The point is, when good music plays, everyone tends to listen. I'll give you an example. I do not speak Spanish very well. Anyways, I am trying, but when I hear some Puerto Rican music from my teammates, I still understand and feel the energy. During the breaks of our King classes, we get to listen to music from different cultures. After a while, I caught myself looking up Nigerian jazz and hip hop. I invite you to explore different genres and different styles of music. It's in the background of every restaurant, museums and events, festivals. Even the elevators play that weird music in the background, which makes the whole elevator ride feel a lot longer. Whatever the occasion, it kills the quiet in the room. Music is the universal language, because no matter where you might be in the world, your favorite song can always make you feel at home. I want you to ask yourself, when are the times you listen to music? It's just so comfortable sometimes. Imagine having to sit through a 3-hour car drive without music. That must be painful, right? And I assume lots of people know how it feels when you leave your house in the morning, you're on the way to school or work, and you realize that you left your headphones at home. We have to admit that our general mood depends on music. You listen to music when you travel and you might be bored, or you can be super busy and use music to help you focus. Maybe you're just walking your dog and it helps you keep flowing. The list goes on. Now, we all do these things while we listen to some kind of music, but we do it subconsciously because it is a part of everyone's life. And I asked some people close to me if they could imagine their lives without music. Well, you guessed right. The answer is no. No. The human trait of making music goes back to at least 35,000 years ago. Basic communication skills weren't at its peak between humans back then, that is for sure. But we could still hear the beat, the rhythm, and we danced. The same things that we do now. Music reflects time a lot. And that is very important, since in certain songs or albums, you can find lyrics which talk about certain historical events, for example. That makes me wonder how we will look back on today's music. Did you know there are actually huge connections between music and languages? Or to say, communication. Either of the two does not require any electronics or devices which would make music inaccessible for anyone. Even cavemen were using sounds and rhythm to communicate. Today, tribal people are still making music with lots of amazing tools, and it sounds amazing too. Listening to music can be so much more enjoyable if you are curious. Does it ever feel like you know what kind of music you want to listen to? You just cannot exactly find the right song. You're not the only one. And I have a few tips for you on how to go on an adventure with music. If you're getting bored of a genre, for example, you can ask your parents if they listened to that same genre when they were the same age as you. Maybe they can show you some pretty cool bands or songs from their times. You can ask your friends or your sister or your brother. It doesn't really matter because like this, you're keeping an open mind. You're bringing in different perspectives. Most importantly, you're digging deeper. When you listen to music, let it give you flow and try to live in the moment with the song that you chose, like it's running through you. Music is a thing which goes deep down to our souls. And listening to that is what gives us goosebumps. And it's not just about the listening, it's about hearing too. For example, when you go into your favorite coffee shop and the background music is just absolutely perfect, that can be such a refreshing feeling. Also, setting the mood with music is an actual cheat code. Did you know that setting the mood with music can avoid arguments or people spiraling out of control in difficult situations? If you know you will have a serious conversation with your partner or maybe your parents, put in some classical music and light a couple candles. That already sounds nice, right? It's like you already forgot that we need to talk about something serious. Music has the power to calm people down. So use it, really. Stepping out of your musical comfort zone is actually such an easy thing to do, and it can impact your whole life. It's time to start being curious. It is time to explore. I want you to look at music as a chance to make your lives an adventure. Thank you for listening.